I find frugal living fun. And the reason I do is because it gives me freedom and it also gives me options of saving money in areas that I really don't want to spend that much in those areas and redirecting that money to the fun stuff and the security that I want in my life. So today I'm going to share with you 11 areas that I stack deals so that I can do everything that I want to do on a low income. I hope you will stick around. Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. I live in Kansas on a farm and I have a donkey. This is Brownie. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. I shared with you that I had a cousin that taught me how to coupon back when couponing was a really big deal, and you could stack those coupons and you could get a lot of things for free or get them as money makers. And I took that idea and I expanded on it when I decided to quit my job at the end of October of 2023. I decided to look at every area that I could possibly stack deals so that I would have extra money to do what I wanted to do. I could quit before Social Security kicked in, and I would be able to ride it out until I was 62 and I could apply. And I have 11 areas I'm going to share with you today on ways that I stack deals so that things don't cost me face value. So I hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And my first area that I want to tell you about today is food. Food's a hot topic. Food is expensive. Prices have gone up. And some people are spending upwards of $1,000 or $1,500 a month on food, depending on their area, depending on how large their family is, and depending on even down to the time of day that they can get to the grocery store, whether some of those deals and clearance and manager specials are even still there. So because I wanted to decrease our food costs, but also increase our pantry, I started stacking deals. So I'm going to look at my notes here because I don't want to leave anything out. But I will download my digital coupons. I will stack those with clearance deals, manager specials, or just sales that are a good deal. And then at the end of my Dillon's receipt, this is also for Kroger, Fred Meyer, everybody in that family, they have a 50-point survey. I will take that 50-point survey and those points add up, and I can either cash them in for discounts on gas or cash them in on cash that will be a digital coupon that will come off my grocery order the next time I go. Some stores offer a bag discount if you bring your own bag. I know which ones those are, and I always use my credit card rebates. So I buy all of my food with my credit cards. I have two credit cards. I have a Discover card and I have a Capital One. Capital One gives me 1.5% all the time on everything. Discover runs specials every single quarter that you can activate, and then you can get 5% off during that quarter. This quarter was grocery stores. So I used my Discover card this quarter to get 5% back on top of those others that I'm stacking. And when I'm not using my Discover card because there isn't a deal, I use my Capital One card to get that 1.5% back. I've also recently found a company where I'm doing mystery shopping for grocery stores, and I can sometimes stack that on top of these other deals. So just the other day when I was doing a mystery shop, I found 3-pack Irish Spring bar soap for $1.40 in the clearance section. I bought a couple of those. I found broccoli slaw marked down for $1.80 a package. I had a 50-cent coupon that was digital. I stacked that, making it $1.30. So then I still am using my survey points. I'm still using my credit card rebates, and those are also coming off. That reduces my food costs at the checkout lane. And that's what my goal is to get more food for less money. The second area is gas for my car. I use the Upside app and I look for gas stations that have a good deal that are within my traveling area. And then I go in there and I use that Upside app, I activate it, and I get cash back on my gas. I also use my cash back credit card. And again, sometimes Discover has cash back 5% on gas stations. That starts this next quarter in July. And so I will be using July, August, and September, my Discover card to get all gas for my car. And then Casey's gas station in our area is always on our Upside app. And so I use Casey's gas station a lot, but when you're traveling, it's all kinds of gas stations. Love's, it is Phillips 66, it's all kinds. So you can just pick that on your traveling path and use your Upside app. But right now on Fridays, Casey's is even offering a free slushie if you go in and use your reward number for Casey's gas station. So the other day, I got a free slushie on a Friday. The third area is my utilities. I stack deals even on utilities. So I can get 1.5% rebate on my internet bill, my car insurance bill, my electric bill, and my Hulu subscription so I can watch General Hospital. And that gives me 1.5% back on all of those normal bills. And those things add up. Car insurance can be expensive. So depending on what you pay for your car insurance, if they don't charge you extra to use a credit card, you bet I'm going to use a credit card and get cash back. Buying used. I will even stack discounts on buying used. I don't need to go and buy clothes very often, but we are having a family picture and I needed to get something in this color palette to match, and I didn't own anything that color that was plain, and that's what we're doing. So I went to Goodwill and I was able to buy the shirt that I needed for $3.73. Now, there is also discounts on certain color tags on certain days, and they have a discount card that got me an additional 15% taken off at the register. So stack those discounts even on used items. And then I used my credit card again to pay, which got me another 1.5% back. I use that Upside app for so many things. I use it for gas. I use it for restaurants. Sometimes it even has grocery stores on there. And then I stack any coupons that I have for a restaurant, or I use my apps on my phone to get a discount at the restaurant. And then I also use my credit card rebate. As you can see, when you start chunking off percentages for these different things, it makes a big difference in your budget. So many people think some of this stuff just isn't worth their time, and maybe for them it isn't. But for me, it makes the difference between me having extra cash, being able to do things freely without worrying I'm going to run myself too short, and having that extra cash back is kind of like a reward for being frugal and for stacking these deals. So I look at it as free money. If I can do these little things and work them into my routine and keep it in my head to use this card or this discount or this coupon when I go out, it pays me to do those things. Also, ask for senior discounts. Now, this one is not numbered on my list. Asking for discounts if you're a senior, if you're a veteran, if you're a school teacher, if you're a government worker, can also be stacked on top of any of these that I am sharing with you today. Gifts. I stack deals on gifts. We buy Christmas gifts for our large family. My husband has one daughter and I have 6 kids. So I buy my kids and my grandkids gifts, and he pays for his daughter a gift. Now, that's not saying that he wouldn't contribute for my kids. I prefer it that way because we keep things separate, as I've shared with many of you before. I pay my own way, and I'm very stubborn about that. So, on the gifts, I will stack credit card rebates. I'll also use specials like your Monday cyber shopping. I will use those special days where I can get discounts. And then if I'm buying anything off of Amazon for Christmas, sometimes there will be a little box there where you can check and get a digital coupon. And there's no catch to that. All you have to do is check that box. And I stack those deals, and then I get cash back on the presents that I purchased. And all of these things I'm telling you today that have a receipt, I take a picture of the receipt and I get free gift cards that I use at Christmas as well. So I use Fetch, I use Ibotta, I use Receipt Pal, Receipt Jar, Swag Bucks, Inbox Dollars, and all of those have cash back or free gift cards. And I save those up all year long, and then I cash them in to use them towards my kids' Christmas vacations. And as you know, the last 2 years, I've gone to Texas, 3 miles from the Mexico border, and stayed in my RV for 3 months at a 55 and over community. The lot rent, I use my charge card because I get 1.5% back. And that's a big amount. It's about $1,400. And 1.5% of that makes a difference. So I use it on my lot rent. I use it on my internet bill while I'm there. I use it on my electric bill while I'm there. I use it on all of my groceries while I'm there. And I sign up for the apps on the local stores. And while I'm down there, I'm using that app at those local stores to also get those digital coupons and those deals that I can stack. I also use it on my haircuts. I use it if I eat out, plus the app, like I told you about, and I use it on sightseeing. So if we go out and we sightsee something on vacation, I am going to use that cashback credit card along with any app rebates or app coupons, and again, taking pictures of all of those receipts. And in this way, I can travel more and spend less. The 8th way is on turnpike costs. Now, I always set my GPS to not take toll roads, but sometimes you don't have an option, and that's pretty much all you've got. I have a K tag from Kansas, and our K tag gives you up to a 50% discount on toll roads. And our K tag also covers Kansas, Texas, Florida, Oklahoma, and Colorado. So many toll roads are touchless nowadays. There's no booth, there's no person there. And it's a sticker in the top of my window, and we can drive through and it will automatically come off of my credit card because that's how I have it set, with another 1.5% back. The 9th way is I save on Amazon Prime. And I save on Amazon because I do have a credit account with Amazon. That means all year long, if I order something from Amazon and I click that little box to use the Amazon credit, I will get 5% back. Now, Discover offers 5% back on Amazon, usually the last quarter of the year. But if you use the Amazon credit, you get 5% back all year long. And then you just go in, apply that credit back to your bill, and you have paid less. Do you have an Amazon Prime subscription? And that Amazon Prime subscription goes to that credit. And I also get 5% back even on my Amazon credit. So stack those deals. They add up, as you can see, so many areas to save and get money back in your pocket. The 10th way that I stack deals is on my medication, even. I have the Kroger Savings Plan, which again covers like Dillon's and all of those sister stores. And then I go to the pharmacy and get my medicine. It is way cheaper than using insurance. In fact, every quarter, it more than pays for my subscription for the year, which is $36. I save so much money by using that to get my medications. And then I use that survey at the bottom of my receipt again to stack up some points for either gas discounts or a digital coupon for cash to take it off my next grocery bill. The 11th way that I stack deals is even on doctor's visits and co-pays and health bills. I use my credit card. They don't charge me extra to use it, and it gives me 1.5% back. And we know how expensive tests, MRI, blood work, all that stuff can be. But if I use that cashback card, I get money back that will come off of what I am paying. So all of these ways add up and they make a big difference in a year's time. If you can just condition yourself to remember to use some of these when you're out and about, you will start seeing extra money left in your checking account at the end of the month. If you are struggling, this is a great way to start saving some money when you don't have any idea how to save your money. The biggest trick is making sure your credit card stays with a zero balance. You don't want to pay interest on something just to get cash back. You want that cash back. So make sure you can pay off everything that you charge the minute that you're using that card and that you're solely using it for extra cash in your wallet. It's also a great way for us retirees to have some extra money and give us more flexibility in our schedule and in our budget. And it is also just kind of fun to outsmart the system and be able to find ways to bring in several $100s every year without doing anything you wouldn't normally be doing, just adding a few extra strategic moves in there. I hope that this video has been helpful today. All of those links for those rebate sites are in the description box. I can also link my Capital One and my Discover card referral code if you don't have those cards. Those are the best ones that I found for cash back, but some of you have shared that you get airline miles and some of that. I don't have any cards for airline miles, but my husband has one that he uses for airline miles. And my son just recently got back from Scotland from using his card for airline miles. Free pass to Scotland for him and his wife. So stack those deals. You will not be sorry that you did. I hope that you will join me in the next video, and thanks for stopping by today.